Seriously? In a league defined by relentless pursuit of advantage, by the cutthroat dance of the trade deadline, how can a legitimate contender simply do nothing? The NFL trade deadline has slammed shut, and as the dust settles across the league, a familiar, unsettling silence hangs over one particular franchise. While other teams were making bold moves, shoring up weaknesses, and signaling their intent, the San Francisco 49ers, a team sitting at a respectable 6-3, a team with legitimate playoff aspirations, chose to stand pat. Absolutely nothing. No last-minute splash, no subtle tweak, no strategic acquisition to address what many, including myself, see as a glaring, season-threatening vulnerability. What in the name of Lombardi is going on in San Francisco? Are we to believe that John Lynch, Kyle Shanahan, and the entire Niners operation have, in essence, waved the white flag on the 2025 campaign? Have they tacitly declared, you know what? We'll be competitive, we'll try hard, but we're not serious enough to be a true playoff threat in the NFC the rest of the way? This isn't just disappointing, it's utterly bewildering. You're a 6-3 football team heading into Week 10, with a massive divisional showdown against the Los Angeles Rams looming. You have a golden opportunity to be a dominant force in this division, to be a legitimate contender in this conference. And yet, you don't make a single move to bulk up a pass rush that is, by all accounts, hemorrhaging talent and effectiveness. We weren't asking for a Quinnen Williams or a Sauce Gardner blockbuster, the kind of seismic shifts we saw from the Cowboys and Colts. But a pass rusher? A legitimate, impactful pass rusher was not just a want, it was an absolute need. The inaction is not just a missed opportunity, it feels like a self-inflicted wound, a decision that has, in one fell swoop, placed a definitive ceiling on how far this team can truly go. Let's not sugarcoat this. The San Francisco 49ers are in a defensive crisis, specifically along their defensive line. The brutal realities of the NFL, where depth is paramount, have hit them hard. The season-ending injury to Mel Williams was a gut punch, taking away a crucial piece of their edge rotation. And then the unthinkable. Nick Bosa, their reigning Defensive Player of the Year, also sidelined for the year. Think about that for a moment. You are without your two starting defensive ends from opening day. This isn't a minor setback, it's a catastrophic blow to the very engine of your defense. Football, especially in the trenches, is a bodies game. You need fresh legs, relentless pressure, and a deep rotation to sustain an elite pass rush over a grueling 17-game season and into the playoffs. Right now, the 49ers have one, maybe 1.5 proven pass rushers on this team. If you're trying to play championship-level defensive football in 2025 with no consistent pass rush, you are going to get absolutely carved up, fried, and filleted on the back end. Your secondary, no matter how talented, cannot hold up indefinitely if quarterbacks have all day to throw. They will be exposed, picked apart, and ultimately broken. The psychological impact of this inaction cannot be overstated either. Deep down, the players know. They know their pass rush and their defense, as currently constructed, aren't good enough to last until the end of the year. Will the effort level remain the same? Will the belief in themselves, in their ability to truly contend, start to waver? A trade, even a modest one, sends a message to the locker room. We believe in you, and we're doing everything we can to give you the tools to win. By doing nothing, the message, however unintended, is far more chilling. Let's break down the current state of the 49ers' edge rush rotation, and it's not a pretty picture. Bryce Huff, he's set to return against the Rams, which is a welcome sight. He's been their most productive pass rusher outside of Bosa, leading the team with 4 sacks. He's a good player, but he's one man. He can't do it all. Keon White, he showed some intriguing flashes rushing from defensive tackle against the Giants, even getting some good reps against Andrew Thomas. He's an intriguing player, a potential building block for the future. But he's not a proven commodity, not yet a consistent game wrecker from the edge. Cleveland Farrell, he didn't even have a job until the Niners added him to the practice squad. He's a decent rotational player, but now he's being asked to play a significant number of snaps, a role he's likely not built for over the long haul. Sam Okwanu, a good story, capable of playing both defensive end and defensive tackle. He's second on the team in sacks with 2, tied with the injured Nick Bosa. That fact alone speaks volumes about the state of the pass rush. He's a solid depth piece, but not a primary pass rushing threat. Robert Beal, a former late-round pick out of Georgia, he's athletic, but frankly a slouch. He's not ready for a significant role. This is the reality. This is the collection of talent tasked with generating pressure against elite NFL quarterbacks. It's a patchwork unit reliant on unproven players and a single bona fide pass rusher. The defensive coordinator, Robert Saleh, is a brilliant mind, a master chef in the kitchen. But you can't cook a 5-star meal if you're not given the right ingredients. He deserves more tools in his arsenal, more talent to work with. This inaction, this baffling decision to sit out an active trade deadline has put a definitive ceiling on the 49ers' 2025 season. They will be a fun team, no doubt. They will play hard, they will be competitive, and they might even make it to the playoffs. But with this defensive unit, with this anemic pass rush, I simply don't see how they can win more than one playoff game, let alone make a deep run. And the sting is even more acute when you consider the context. Super Bowl 60 is at Levi's Stadium this year. The opportunity to make some serious noise in the NFC, to potentially play for the Lombardi Trophy on their home turf, was there. With Kyle Shanahan's offensive genius and Robert Saleh's defensive prowess, this coaching staff has a proven track record of success in the postseason outside of the Super Bowl itself. They have a chance to win any given game. But now, I believe the Niners' season is capped at being a wild card team at best. This is disappointing not just for the present, but for the future. A defensive end acquired at the deadline could have helped this season and been a building block for the future. Instead, we're left wondering what could have been and what we have to look forward to next year when the team continues to build, having missed a crucial opportunity to accelerate that process. If the eye test isn't enough, the numbers paint an even grimmer picture of the 49ers' pass rush deficiencies. Team sacks, 11, tied for 29th in the NFL, total pressures, 98, 28th in the NFL, pressure rate, 29.4%, second to last in the National Football League. These aren't just statistics, they are flashing red lights, screaming alarms that indicate a fundamental flaw in the team's defensive identity. You simply cannot consistently win in the modern NFL if you can't get after the quarterback. If you can't generate pressure, you get carved up on the back end. The Niners can try to be a bend, but don't break defense. But even that isn't sustainable when you're giving up a ton of yards and putting immense pressure on your red zone defense. And while the offense is good against mediocre teams, do you truly have confidence they can carry the load against elite competition, especially with their own offensive line concerns? What makes the 49ers inaction even more frustrating is the flurry of activity across the rest of the league, particularly within the NFC. Other teams got better today, significantly better, while San Francisco watched from the sidelines. Dallas Cowboys. Addressing their awful run defense, they traded for linebacker Logan Wilson, a team captain from Cincinnati, for a mere 7th-round pick. Then, in a blockbuster, they landed Quinnen Williams from the Jets for a 2026 second-round pick and a 2027 first-rounder. Williams is one of the top interior defensive linemen in football, a player who would have dramatically helped the Niners' run defense and pass rush. Jacksonville Jaguars. With Travis Hunter potentially out, they needed a wideout. They traded for Jacoby Myers, a legitimate threat, for a 4th and 6th-round pick. Indianapolis Colts. Clearly going all in on 2025, they acquired All-Pro cornerback Sauce Gardner from the Jets. Pairing him with Tarvarius Mooney-Ward creates a formidable secondary. Seattle Seahawks. This one stings the most for Niners fans. A division rival, the Seahawks, made a fantastic move, trading for Rashid Shaheed, one of the most underrated, electrifying playmakers in the NFL, for a 4th and 5th-round pick in 2026. You put a speed on an offense with Kubiak calling plays, Sam Darnold playing well, and Jackson Smith-Njigba leading the NFL in receiving yards, and you have a complete dangerous team. It wouldn't surprise me one bit if the Seahawks are at Levi's Stadium in February for Super Bowl 60. Chicago Bears. They traded for Joe Tryon, a former first-round pick, for a sixth-round pick in 2026, addressing their own defensive end injury. Los Angeles Chargers. Desperate for offensive line help after injuries to Joe Alt and Rashawn Slater, they traded for Trevor Penning. These are just some of the moves. Big moves, small moves, medium-scale moves. Teams were active, teams were improving, teams were signaling their intent to win. And the 49ers? They stood pat. John Lynch has a history of being aggressive at the trade deadline. He traded for Keion White. He signed Cleveland Farrell. Moves that were necessary because prior to them, the team had only 2 healthy defensive ends on the 53-man roster. But they could have done more. A mid-round pick for Bradley Chubb, a second-round pick for Jermaine Johnson. These were not impossible asks. The result of today's deadline is disappointing, and it's one that every Niner fan should be frustrated at. This fan base pours its heart and soul into this team, desperately wanting to bring home that 6th Lombardi trophy. To see the team seemingly limit its own potential, to fail to address a critical need when other contenders are making decisive moves, is a bitter pill to swallow. It's a missed opportunity that could haunt them as the season progresses. What are your raw, unfiltered thoughts on the 49ers in action at the trade deadline? Do you agree that this decision has capped their Super Bowl aspirations? Or do you see a path forward? Let your voice be heard in the comments below. Let's vent together and dissect this perplexing situation. And if you appreciate this no-holds-barred analysis, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Niners coverage right here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Join the movement, lock us in, and hit that sub button right now.